Okay, let's go to chart of accounts. This is an important area because this is where we list all of your accounts and all of the income and expense categories. So I'm going to give you guys some basic accounting knowledge right now. Assets is money you have. So this is where all of our bank accounts go. They also like this thing called money in transit. So this is where it will pop in sometimes wave payments, Stripe, and other things. So I am not in love with this right now. It's also, it has some issues with the transfer stuff. So let's put it that way. I'm not in love with this yet. I'm still figuring this one out. I still like to keep most things in cash and bank accounts. Accounts receivable is if you use the invoicing feature in Wave, it will track the balance of what people owe you but have not yet paid you. And then down here now we have places to track things like inventory, the value of your inventory, the value of your property and equipment. If you have tracked depreciation in your business, and then other things that really, if you don't have a good understanding of accounting, don't mess with these unless you have someone to show you. But I just want to break that down. Liabilities and credit cards. So liabilities are money you owe. This is money you owe other people. Hence, if you have a credit card or a loan of line or credit, this is where those would go. I don't have any listed or connected in here as of right now. And then if you use the bills feature in Wave, or you buy things from vendors on terms, so like you don't have to pay them right away, that's what accounts payable would be. And then sales taxes and payroll taxes, and then due to you and other business owners, this has to do with like partnerships and S corps, and then just a few other things. So again, you don't really need to be messing down here a whole lot unless you have someone helping you and guiding you. Income categories, woohoo! So this is your primary income categories. If you want to break things down, say you do consulting, you do affiliate, and you do digital product sales or course sales, you can break those down so that when you're looking at your reports, you can see what's the most profitable income stream for you, or have your income streams changed over the last couple of years. So there's that. If you offer discounts on your invoices, you can have a discount thing here. And then other income, things that aren't primary types of income, sometimes interest income will go down here. Or the other thing you want to make sure we have is a refund account. So if you have... if you give refunds, that's actually an income account. Sounds kind of weird, but that's where it goes. So refunds for returned or canceled purchases. See, it already knows. It recognizes it. It has this. So you want to have refunds here under discount and income, because it's basically anytime you refund your own customer, it's a cancellation of income. So that's why it goes up here. Expense categories is obviously where there's going to be the most, because we break this down. Now this here is the default. Again, I find that there's a lot of categories on here that are redundant or not really necessary. Like I don't use computer internet or computer hosting. I basically have hardware and software, or sometimes I'll change this to not even say computer. It'll just be software subscriptions. But they also have dues and subscriptions, and then they'll have things like, you know, let's see, let's go down here a little bit more. Telephone, landline. Not very many of us have landline. Vehicle fuel, vehicle repairs and maintenance. Most of us don't have businesses where we're driving a car, but if you do, keep those there. Otherwise, just archive those. So how do we do that? We're going to go edit this account, and then you can archive it. And what that does is it basically hides it, but if anything had been categorized in that before, it'll still stay in that category. We just won't be able to use it in the future. We've got office supplies. So you can add new accounts in here, ones that make sense for your business. So a lot of times with my web or graphic designers, I will add an account that says digital supplies, and that's where we put things like fonts and stock graphics and web themes and plugins. That's where we use digital supplies, which is different than office supplies. We will add things like conferences or education and training to capture things like the online courses they buy, or the books that they buy on Amazon, or the guide PDF that they buy to teach them how to do a certain thing, or maybe their subscription to Skillshare. Those would be in an education and training or education and reference account. Cost of goods sold is going to apply specifically to customers who sell physical products. So these are the costs of creating your product. And then payment processing fees. So you definitely want to add in here if you're using a PayPal, a Stripe, or Wave Payments, Square, any sort of merchant service, you want to add that here and track that. And then if you do have payroll, it has these. If you don't have payroll, first of all, if you're a sole proprietor and you're the only person working in your business, you should not be using payroll. You should just be paying yourself through what's called owner's draw. We'll go show that in a minute. The only time you should have payroll is if you have an actual W-2 employee. And so a 1099 contractor is different. They're not an employee, so they don't go on payroll. You just pay them what they invoice you. Okay, and then they have some things for loss on foreign exchange. This is handy if you're using multi-currency, but it is built into the program. So Wave is a multi-currency program. Most other accounting softwares, to get access to their multi-currency level, is very expensive. So the fact that Wave handles multi-currency for free is amazing, you guys. It's so good. If you work with people outside the US and they pay you with other currencies, it's really, really great. Okay, that is your chart of accounts. Come in here, clean up these expenses. If you're curious about what types of categories you should be using and what goes into those categories, I'm going to drop the link below to my tax deduction guide. So this is for US-based businesses. I have a great guide that walks you through that. You can pick that up. It is under $10, so go check that out.